What's up, gamer? My name's Luco, and today I'm going to show you how leagues work in Path of Exile 2, as well as which one you should select when you're making your characters. The first thing you need to know is what a league is. Basically, each league is like its own self-contained version of the game, so characters in one league can only play with other characters in the same league, items can only be shared or traded between characters in the same league, and certain kinds of progress that are usually shared between characters on the same account are only shared for characters in the same league as well. Whenever a major expansion is released for the game, a bunch of changes will usually be made to the base game, a new activity or mechanic will be added, and a fresh league will begin. You can kind of think of each league as a brand new season for the game. At any given time there are usually two leagues running. The first one is called the Standard League, which is a permanent league that will never be wiped or reset, while the other one changes based on the theme of the most recent expansion. At the time of making this video, Path of Exile 2 is in the Dawn of the Hunt expansion, so that's currently the name of the other league. We're also very close to the release of Path of Exile 2's third Edict update, which will come with a fresh league called Rise of the Abyssal, and that will come along with additions to the campaign, changes to character balance, and several new Abyss-themed encounters. When the update releases, the current Dawn of the Hunt League will end, and all characters and items within it will get automatically migrated to the Standard League, so you won't lose any of your characters, items, or progress. Next, the new Rise of the Abyssal League will begin, and everybody that wants to participate in it will have to make new characters and progress through the game from the very beginning. If you don't want to restart, you can always continue playing your previous characters in the Standard League. Now, you may be wondering why people would willingly start over when they've already cleared most of the game, but there are a couple good reasons. First and foremost, when a major expansion comes out, the majority of new mechanics and encounters that get added will only be available to characters in the new league. So in this upcoming Rise of the Abyssal League, there will be green Abyss encounters in each zone, Abyss bosses that we can fight, and some new crafting materials that only come from Abyss monsters. Only characters in the Rise of the Abyssal League will be able to find and acquire those things. Game-wide changes like the upcoming campaign additions and changes to character balance in the same patch will still be available to characters in the Standard League, but if you want to try all of the newest stuff, you'll want to make a character in whatever the current non-Standard League is. Another major reason to play in the new league has to do with the player-driven economy. Since everybody has to start fresh with no items or currency, the economy has to build up from the very beginning as well. So some things that are usually quite expensive are available quite cheap since nobody has enough currency to spend 100 Divine Orbs on an item, and other things that are usually quite cheap, like the Wanderlust unique boots for instance, may be a good bit more expensive for a while since a lot of people want as much move speed as they can get to finish the campaign and reach endgame as quickly as possible. Basically, if you're playing in a league that allows trading, it's easier to build up your currency in an economy that isn't hyperinflated and has tons of demand for relatively low level items. So once you decide whether you want to play in Standard or the current seasonal league, you also need to decide if you want to play in hardcore and or solo self-found versions of your chosen league. Hardcore is basically like playing the game with permadeath enabled, but instead of deleting your character and items when they die, they get transferred out of the hardcore version of whatever league you're playing into the softcore version where you're allowed to die as much as you like. The solo self-found mode restricts your character from partying up with other players and from trading with them as well, so you have to clear and find everything you need all on your own. Both of these modes add quite a bit of extra challenge to the game, so if you're new, I highly recommend ignoring both of these extra modes and playing in what's referred to as the Softcore Trade League by leaving both of these boxes unchecked. You won't have to deal with any permadeath, and you'll be able to trade or party with other players as much as you like. That's a quick overview of how Path of Exile 2's league system works. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more like it. Channel memberships are available behind the join button if you'd like to support the channel directly. Lastly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.